What is the most fundamental and the most basic thing that someone has asked you about AI, where they want their clarification, where they want their clarity in a sea of so much information and misinformation and disinformation?
Thank you, Manojji. Very interesting, actually. I think the most basic question I have ever been asked is, what is the fundamental difference between a traditional software and an AI-based system? The basic difference, it is on two counts. One is based on the design or the methodology, and second is the behavior. So methodology wise, if I say how a non-AI or a traditional software gives output, it works on the questions or the rules or the instructions given by the developer in the program, and based on that it gives output. Whereas an AI-based system, it learns from various patterns. See, it is fed with huge amount of data, and from those data points it learns the patterns and uses those patterns to give an output or an answer or outcome, whatever you say. Second is about the behavior. Now what happens, given the same input, a non-AI or a traditional software, it will give the same answer. Whereas an AI system, since it works on the patterns which it has learned from the data, and the more data you give, the more patterns it forms, it keeps on revising its answers. For example, you have given one set of data, and then you add some more data, and then it learns new patterns. It will adapt to the new data set. It will give a new answer. So the behavior in first case, in case of traditional software, it is called deterministic. That same input, same output. Whereas in case of AI systems, it is non-deterministic and it is adaptive. Suppose you have an AI-based movie recommendation system. You ask, okay, which movie I should see today. So what this AI-based recommendation system will do, it will go through your viewing history. Suppose 1 year viewing history is available, so it will go through that, and based on that it will recommend some movies. Knowing you, it has created a behavioral pattern of what do you like. Now suppose you later discover, no, I have 3 years viewing history. So you input 3 years viewing history there. Now based on all those patterns, it might revise its recommendation because now it knows more about you. Now talking about the traditional software, what would have happened? Traditional software would have asked you, okay, what kind of movie do you like? Old or new? Before 80s or after 80s? You answer that. Then it says, okay, who's your favorite actor or actress? You name that. Then it says, okay, you want action movie, romantic movie, or comedy or something. So based on these fixed questions where you give fixed answers, it will give you the movies which the programmer has written there, that if X, then Y. If this is the question, then this is the answer. So every time you give the same prompts or give the same answers to its question, it will give you the same output or same recommendations. So this was about the movies. Second thing, example of BFSI now I'll give. You have been writing in your magazine, banks are adopting fraud detection systems. So what was happening in pre-AI era and what is happening after AI? So earlier, when AI was not implemented into fraud detection systems, banks used to give a threshold for a transaction, say 50,000. So if any transaction is above 50,000, or if it is more than last highest amount transaction, then it will be branded as suspicious, and the non-AI system will look forward to human intervention to decide now what to do. Whereas in AI system, what happens, it looks at the entire transaction history, and then it has thousands of data points, the kind of device you use, the locations where you are mostly using that software or that payment method, the typing speed, and various other behaviors. So it has all those data points, and based on that, it says, okay, this is transaction. Even if it is less than 5,000 rupees, it can mark it as suspicious, because it was conducted at a time which is unusual for you, maybe 2 a.m. or something. You have never done a transaction at 2 a.m. in past 3 years. Or can say the device ID is different. It has been done from a different device. So the basic difference I'll say between traditional system and AI system is that traditional system works on fixed rules, instructions given by the developer, and the AI system, it learns from the patterns, and those patterns come from huge data set that is fed into it.
Okay.